Hello and welcome to Van TV Media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends to get daily updates.
What's up guys, welcome back to Van TV Media guys. If you're new, please just consider subscribing to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that in case we do upload a story, you'll be the first one to view. My people, we are going to Namibia, whereby we have a female president called Ndaitwa. So this is the courageous lady where we found here in Africa, cause since got the leadership of Namibia, it's made some of the changes that no president has ever done here in Africa. Because we've seen some of the changes he has done as the lady. It is different compared to other presidents here in Africa, because you see recently he said that whenever those Americans, the white people, to get into Namibian, they're supposed to have a visa. Because you see most of the African countries, most of the African people, whenever you want to travel to UK, whenever you want to travel to US, you are supposed to have a what? You are supposed to have a visa. But whenever those people are traveling here in Africa, they don't need to have a visa. So this president of Namibia has decided and has declared that if you are from abroad and you are coming to her country, Namibia, definitely you are supposed to have a visa. Let us leave that one and go into a business which has made us to dive in. Thing we've seen that those people who died in genocide in Namibia in 1904 to 1908, genocide of the Herere and Nama people under German colonies rule. So this president has said that, he has declared that, and has said to Germany that they are supposed to pay those people who were affected in genocide. They are supposed to be paid by Germany, those people who were killed by Germany in those years. Germany are supposed to plan on how they will pay those people who were affected in genocide which happened. Guys, just listen to this end. We'll proceed on that.
But the scars, we are all feeling them today. For example, up to now, with our large territory, Namibia has one of the lowest population. Definitely, what do you expect when during that time we lost so many of our citizens? It will take us years to recover. Those hundreds acts, of course, are now part of our collective history of resistance and resilience in our march to freedom. Namibia is today free, peaceful, and you are now focusing on the task of building a country in which each citizen can fulfill their potential. However, we shall never forget the emotional, psychological, economical, and cultural scars which remains inactive in the affected communities and the broader fibers of our nation. In that vein, our presence at this occasion marks a decisive step towards forward in dealing with the past by collectively remembering and sharing the pain of the directly affected over Herero and Nama communities. No doubt, during that frightful genocide chapter in our history, those two communities went through the most hundreds, devastating and traumatic period in their lives. Against this background, by proclamation number 19 of 2024, the 28th of May was declared a day of remembrance of genocide and a public holiday.
Africa stands at a crossroads. Centuries of colonialism have left deep scars across the continent. In the modern era, neo-colonialism continues to lurk in the shadows, manipulating economies, dividing nations, and draining resources under the guise of aid and partnership. But in 2025, a powerful voice rose from Namibia, President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah. Through her speeches during 3 critical national events, she laid down a revolutionary blueprint, not only for Namibia's future, but for the entire African continent. In this episode of Africa Awakens, we take you on an extraordinary journey into the vision of Africa's first female president from Namibia. What kind of leader is she? How is she standing up to neo-colonialism? And what could happen if her powerful words are turned into action? Buckle up, this could be the spark Africa has long waited for. From the moment Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah stepped into office on March 21, 2025, Namibia's 35th Independence Day, she was more than just a leader. She was a symbol. A woman rising to power in a continent still healing from patriarchal and colonial domination. Her inauguration speech was not merely ceremonial, it was revolutionary. Have a watch.
The diversification of our economy will also generate revenue to finance developmental and enhance and expand social safety nets. It will also create jobs to take care of the unemployed, of which majority are the youth. Opportunities will be created for the effective participation of the youth and women in various sectors of our economy through targeted financing, training, mentorship, and internship program.
Her words cut through the political fog like a spear. She wasn't just talking to Namibians. She was addressing Africa. Nandi-Ndaitwah sees leadership not as control, but as coordination. Not as hierarchy, but as harmony. Her tone is maternal, but her message is fierce. Unity, peace, and purpose. A month later, on April 23, 2025, during the opening of the Namibia International Energy Conference, Nandi-Ndaitwah took direct aim at the lifeblood of neo-colonialism, resource control. Namibia has oil and gas. Have a watch.
Namibia has oil and gas. We cannot claim this to be a Namibian resources. It's a resources in our region. It's a resource in the neighborhood. And we can all benefit from it.
This statement might seem mild to the unaware, but for those who understand Africa's historical exploitation, it was a bombshell. She was redefining ownership. By refusing to hoard Namibia's newfound energy wealth and instead promoting regional cooperation, she was rejecting the old playbook, where Western corporations pillage African resources while pitting nations against each other. Instead, she envisioned a united Africa, building cross-border infrastructure, energy grids, and mutual prosperity. In her world, Africa is not a continent of 54 fragmented states. It's one powerful entity with shared destinies. Then came May 28, 2025, the first ever official Genocide Remembrance Day in Namibia. In honoring the victims of Germany's brutal colonial genocide against the Overherero and Nama people, President Nandi-Ndaitwah didn't just mourn the past. She confronted it. The government will not interfere with the endowment fund, but will keep an eagle eye to ensure it is used for its intended purpose, she announced, speaking directly to both the descendants of victims and the international community. What she was really saying was this: no more puppet strings. No more backdoor deals. No more foreign manipulation disguised as help. The people who suffered will now lead their own healing. Namibia will not be a playground for external interests. This is what makes us stand out. She doesn't bow to powerful nations. She challenges them, not with hostility, but with integrity.
So guys, as I told you, this lady Nandi is the only lady and is the only leader whom has the spirit of fighting neocolonialism and trying to unite Africa so that African can restore its own, so that African can be the way we usually see Ibrahim Traore has ambitions. So this lady also has ambitions of Ibrahim Traore, whereby she needs African to unite, and she's fighting for pan-Africanism and do away neo-colonialism. We've seen since she came to power, she has changed the behavior which were there, the behaviors that we usually see most of the countries that are the west country coming to the country and getting in the resources which we African we have. Because you see most of the African we are rich, Africans are rich, but the thing is, the problem is that Africans are rich, but the leaders, the worst thing is the leaders. Those leaders who are in African countries, in some of the countries, don't know on they doesn't know on how they can retain the resources, but they usually leave the resources. They get in the West countries to come into the country to mine the resources and leave the country having nothing to take on. So this lady is the one of the one of the leader whom we've seen trying to fight neocolonialism and trying to restore its own resources to benefit the people. And the other time I told you that she has tried to make sure that whatever is happening in the European countries, whatever how the European countries are treating the African people, she has decided to do what she has decided to do, so that whenever you want to go to Namibia and you are from United States, you are in from the European countries, you need to have a visa. So that is what we've seen, the nice thing, and we've seen the improvement where African have awakened. Whenever you see a lady like this one has awakened, it definitely it shows that we African we are awakened. We African we have changed our mentality. So guys, we are supposed to come together as an African people so that we can make Africa great. And guys, thank you for watching this video, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do so, subscribe to the channel so that in case we do upload any story, will be the first one to view.